Hi everyone, my name is Ben Woodward. It's my pleasure to be with you today as an independent Nikken consultant, sharing with you what I think is a critical point of discussion here on the evolution of an industry, specifically, of course, this being the network marketing or direct selling industry. It's relevant, it's timely, it's important for us to discuss this if you're engaged or involved in any way as a network marketer. I bring a unique perspective, I think, to this position. I'm currently one of the top leading distributors in Nikken. Prior to my role in the field, I was the president of Nikken. I worked out there in the United States, out of the head office in California, for a couple of years as the president of the global company. Prior to that, I worked at the European level as managing director, and also before that, I worked as the general manager of Amway for the United Kingdom and Ireland. Why do I share that? What's the relevance of this? Background knowledge or information about me? Well, when I was the general manager of Amway, I was responsible for, in part, leading the court case, the battle against the Department of Trade and Industry, a government consumer protection organization that was seeking to shut down Amway in the United Kingdom back in 2006. Since then, I've sat on the Council for the Direct Selling Association in the United Kingdom, and also on the CEO Council for SALDIA, which is the European governing association for direct selling. So I have some interesting perspectives, both as a corporate executive and company president, as a field leader, and also as one that has worked face-to-face with government regulators that have had strong feelings against network marketing. And now, why do I share this? What's the relevance of all this today? Well, for those of us that have been keeping informed on the direct selling industry, last week was an interesting experience where Herbalife concluded their 2-year investigation with the FTC in an out-of-court settlement. They paid $200 million, or agreed to pay $200 million in fines for consumer damages. This is one of the biggest payouts in consumer damages as a result of an FTC investigation in many, many years. I think if at all ever. Significant payout there in consumer damages for those that lost money in building a Herbalife business. They are now in the process of undergoing dramatic reform in their US operation in order to avoid being classified as an illegal pyramid. Now, why do I share this? I share it because it is critical for those of us here in Nikken to be looking at what took place in our business last year, and to look particularly in the environment around us in the industry, and then look at where we're going moving forwards. To do that, before we start, I want to share a perspective which I think is relevant for us to consider, because not everyone could embrace this point 12 months ago when these changes were underway. This is a principle in psychology called cognitive dissonance. And this is something that many of us struggle with. Let me read this out. It says, sometimes people hold a core belief that is very strong. When they are presented with evidence that works against that belief, the new evidence cannot be accepted. It would create a feeling that is extremely uncomfortable, called cognitive dissonance. And because it is so important, to protect the core belief, they will rationalize, ignore, and even deny anything that does not fit with that core belief. Now, that's interesting, that, isn't it? We've seen many times that things like that will happen in those around us, and sometimes also in our own lives. Last year, without the threat of legal pressure, without any court case pending, without any objection being thrown our way, Nikken took some bold and radical steps. It saw on the horizon the challenges that are lying in store for the industry, and took the bull by the horns and made radical changes. Why did they do it? When there wasn't threat of legal action, when there wasn't any direct complaint or concern. Why? It was really simple. It was the right thing to do. It was a demonstration of integrity. It was a clear demonstration of vision on behalf of the company to see where the industry was growing, to see where the regulatory concerns would be evolving, and to take preemptive action to put us as a company, and when I say us as a company, meaning the company itself, of course, but critically the distributors and the customers in safe hands for the future. What did we do that was different? Well, we removed the need to purchase product in order to qualify for commissions. In fact, we banned it. We said any commission earned as a result of a product sold to a customer. And we made that mandatory. We also made sure that we had customer sales coming through in leaders activities each and every month. In addition to that, in order to put emphasis on customer activity, we didn't just say it needs to happen. We made it possible to happen. And here is a critical thing. We lowered the prices by 30 to 40%. Why? So that they can be competitive in the marketplace with other like or similar products where people might go online to compare. This was significant. Was it met with pleasure? Well, of course not. In fact, if we go back here, what we see, of course, was plenty of cognitive dissonance happening in the hearts and minds of some of our business builders. In fact, what we saw was some business builders left. They didn't like it. But what we see now, of course, we saw Vima coming on hot on the heels of these changes that we introduced, getting incredible, frightening changes thrust upon them because they couldn't comply to these types of changes. Now we see Herbalife, one of the biggest companies in our industry, a multi-billion-dollar organization, having changes that they've got to make, radical transformation that they've got to do. But you know what? This is change that is already applied and in process and in motion here in Nikken. Let me share with you, I want to do a new share screen here and share with you some of the things that are being shared online about these changes in our industry. First of all, I'm going to go here to an article by Fortune that was published just last week. And it says here that Herbalife is saying they're going to be setting new standards for the industry. Well, that's exciting, and I'm pleased that they're willing to do that. They might want to check out what Nikken have done, because we got there 12 months ago. So I know this isn't a competition, and I'm confident that they'll do a great job in establishing some new standards for their business. But we're there, we've done it, and we're moving forward, and certainly something for the industry to check out when they see that Nikken got here before everyone else. But anyway, here is the point that I want to emphasize. It says here in a press statement the day the deal was announced, FTC Chair Edith Ramirez said that the Commission would soon be issuing guidance for the rest of the industry. That's interesting, isn't it? And what is that guidance? Let me share with you some emphasis here that they're wanting to address. It says most MLMs bear at least a superficial similarity to illegal pyramid schemes, where early joiners make out like bandits, but later participants inevitably lose their money since mathematically there's no one left to recruit. Now here's the deal that I wanted to share with you, and the point that I want to emphasize. As many of us have seen as we've looked at our own organizations perhaps, or as we've looked at other companies, certain leaders that climbed to the top and made out like bandits. They made a fortune. And we have struggled, worked hard, labored diligently, done all that they've asked us to do, but we're not getting those same results, and we wonder why. You know, it's interesting. I was privileged to be a guest lecturer at Oxford last year as a result of a good friend of mine, Professor Russell Foster, who invited me to speak to some of the students. And I shared a principle in encouraging them as they were getting started in their careers that I've shared in over 20 countries around the world as an executive in network marketing. And that was the greatest barrier to your success is yourself. That's always been well received in my field messages. But these guys, these wonderful PhD graduates, looked at me like I was teaching them nursery rhymes. What the heck am I talking about? Of course I've got self-belief. Of course I've got self-confidence. And I walked away going, why do we have so much emphasis on training, motivation, encouragement, support, believe in yourself, you can do it, all that stuff? Why? Because most people don't make out like bandits. They don't experience that. They work hard and they struggle to get the results from those that have gone before because the behaviors need to be different. This is the critical thing. This is one of these fundamental beliefs that we need to shake in our industry to help people understand how to make money legitimately over the long term, not because you are the first in or one of the front ones getting in during that hysteria marketing activity with mass recruitment, but because down the road, 10, 20, 30 years on, you can make significant income doing it a legitimate way. Let me share with you what else has been said here. Here is Jeff Babner, an industry leader in regards to legal advice and counsel. He's worked as an attorney for over 25 years in network marketing, looking after companies such as Avon, Herbalife, USANA, Nu Skin, and so on. And here it is. Here's his executive summary here of what needs to happen. So we can see some big changes that Herbalife needed to make in their business. Take a quick look at what Nikken has already done as I go through this. They require reps to track sales to non-participant retail customers, end users, not just personal consumption. They've got to avoid earning potential, lifestyle achievement hype. You'll notice that Nikken has gotten very involved right now in promoting legitimate income earning opportunities that are being realized by brand new people that have been in just a few months that are making real income, real money from retail activity and building their businesses. Avoiding the use of inventory loading. That, of course, occurs with mandatory personal auto ships in order to qualify for commissions. Again, Nikken's already done away with that. And, of course, making sure that you're not qualifying through personal purchases unnecessarily. Now, it talks here about, as you can see, an industry storm that is gathering. And the reason behind this industry storm is that these concerns that regulators are pulling down now on people such as Herbalife, FEMA fell into the same trap. Of course, Amway, when I was over there in the UK back in 2006, had similar challenges that were being thrown at them. These concerns are getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and stronger rules are being put in place in order to make sure that these things stop happening, where we have these misrepresentations of earning potential, of opportunity, and so on. Now, I want to go back here to the opportunity that lies ahead. If this is what we're being faced with currently, where regulators are saying you've got to be focused on customers, you've got to make sure that you're not inflating these earning claims, that you're not telling people that there's an awful lot of money to be earned when the vast majority are not getting that. We've got to do something dramatically different. Does it sound as exciting and as compelling as these ground floor opportunities, get in and ride the wave messages that we've heard over the decades? Perhaps not. But you know what? As a businessman, as I come into the field, having previously run Nikken and other companies, I look at this and see an incredible opportunity for evolution. And in fact, in Nikken, I would say a revolution. And this is where it gets really, really exciting, because all of these changes that the industry have to make, Nikken has already made. Now, let me share with you a quick perspective on how the industry is going to evolve as a result of these types of changes. This is my perspective. This is not Nikken's. This is Ben Woodward's, and I share it from my own professional experience. Here's what's going to happen. First of all, other companies will be panicking, worrying, getting concerned, looking at what happened to Herbalife and wondering how that's going to cause them to have to react and change. Some companies will not be able to manage living in a customer-focused, customer-driven environment by nature of their product mix or the necessity of their product pricing. They might fall out of the equation altogether. Some companies will make changes subtly, slowly. Some will wait to see what others are doing first and will follow suit, wanting to let others take the risk first. And this will be a very interesting journey to watch. But it's going to happen nonetheless, and it will roll out over time. The critical thing is we certainly don't want to, if we're genuinely customer focused, if we're really centered on people and making a difference in their lives, giving them opportunities, we certainly don't want to be in a company where they're waiting for legal pressure to take action. I don't feel that to be ethical or fair, especially if people are willing to avoid the cognitive dissonance, see things as they really are, and do something about it because they can and they should. So that's going to happen. But here's the second wave, the real challenge, because that wave will be instigated, that wave of change, by the corporations. But the real change will come in when the distributors in the field embrace it and adapt to it. Now, the critical thing there is it's hard, because what I've found as I've stepped into the field, there are many people that don't like the message about being customer focused, don't like that they have to adjust their message about recruitment, or their behaviors around recruitment, or the need to train and motivate people in a different direction. This is really, I think, the second wave and the critical wave of change that will happen over time, perhaps with a new breed of leaders coming through the ranks to make that change happen. Sometimes that move away from tradition, which is often considered dissent, will be the new wave of tradition moving forward by a younger generation. And that's okay. But here in Nikken, I say, why not us? Why not you? Why not me? Why not now? We have already made the changes. We have already made the changes to our business where we slash the prices by 30 to 40%, like I said. Some companies will have a heart attack or a stroke at the thought of having to do that. But in order to be customer driven, in order to be able to demonstrate customer sales, in order to give the consultants or distributors a fair crack at the whip, a fair chance in their business, that needs to be done. It has to happen. Nikken has already done it. We're there already. And people are now, as a consequence, are recruiting double the number of new customers. Customers don't need to pay to join to be a customer with Nikken. They don't need to pay a joining fee. They don't need to sign a contract or anything like that. They simply need to register, place their order, get their product. And they can do that and shop as often or as little as they want. That, to me, is a real shopping experience. The critical thing there is, that's the first thing that we've done, and it's working great. We've doubled the number of new customers registered. And also, silvers in our business, that first rank of leadership, have doubled the average income at that rank. We are getting more and bigger commission checks at the lower ranks than we have done in the last 12 months. That's critical. That's essential. It shows that the model works. Now, of course, when we introduce these changes, some top leaders didn't like it. They don't like it. They resist it, and they push against the tide. But what we see here now, hopefully, if any of you are looking on, wondering if you're sitting on the fence what to do next, my hope is that you see that the industry is moving in a direction that Nikken is already there. We've already arrived. We saw it coming. We predicted it. We anticipated it. We made the change. We led out from the front. What this should tell you is be comfortable, be confident, be assured. Have peace of mind and peace of heart that this is the way forward. If you go to another company or check out anywhere else, if you look at some that have jumped ship and gone to other companies, and that Fortune company article that in Fortune.com suggests that some of the Herbalife leaders will want to jump ship and go elsewhere. But the reality is, if they do that, they're going to be confronted with the same changes down the road. It's simply a matter of time. Here in Nikken, that time came last year, 2015. Now, this year, it's all about us adapting and embracing this new culture, this new shift, but critically not simply being customer-centric in gathering new customers, but critically and importantly, helping others see the opportunity that lies ahead. You don't need to have an overabundance of training and motivation to help people get up and go to do their job when it's straightforward business sense. That's what I love. I get up every morning and I can't wait to do what I do because I know it's going to work. I know it's all common sense business activity that applies in any industry. There isn't this unique magic formula that most people can't figure out. It's common business sense. We have great products. We have it at great competitive prices. We reach out to customers. We help them place an order. Every distributor that joins Nikken has their own web shop. You go use it. You link your customers to it. They place their orders. They get shipped straight to them as soon as they place their order, and you get your retail profits. You help others to do the same, and you build your personal group. You help them to succeed and get them building their teams, and you rank advance as a leader, and you make more commissions because you're building an organization of sales-driven people that are focused on helping others gather customers and earn retail profits. That is the future of the business. That's the future of the industry. We're there. We've done it. And what a wonderful thing to do, to be at the leading edge, not because of legal necessity, but because we saw it, we felt it was right, We had the vision, and we did it in spite of the potential pain that it may cause. Now we're out the other side. Now it's time to grow. And as you look at the incentives that Nikken puts on, we should be thrilled. These next few days, we've got a free shipping on all customer orders over $500 to encourage them to place their orders and to enjoy. Again, it's for customers only. Now, we also see other incentives in place for business builders, where they're getting cash bonuses and rewards for gathering more customers and helping their teams to do the same. And the more customer sales they get, the greater the chances they get of additional rewards and incentives. This is a great way to build the business. We've had new people coming in, like Ken Graham, who recently just joined not that long ago, earned over $2,000 because he was focused on retailing activity and building his team. And what a great way to start. Is he excited? You better believe it. Anyone that comes into our business that can start out that way has a great future ahead of them. Ladies and gentlemen, the future is very bright. Was it scary to make change? Is it ever scary to be the leader in the dark? Absolutely. But we've carved a path, we're leading the way, and now we see the industry is following. Let's get on board. Let's share this with others, help them see that what we have here is not just an evolution, which others might experience. If you want to be a part of a revolution, then you want to be a part of Nikken, and you want to do it now, because we've got cut through the pain. We're there already, and now we're thriving and growing and enjoying the journey. So join us, be a part of it, and thank you very much. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.